Stop. Close your eyes for a moment. Not literally, but mentally. I want you to imagine a scene. Imagine an ant climbing a blade of grass. It climbs to the very tip, high above the ground. It clamps its jaws tight. It waits. It doesn't move. It looks like it is praying. Why is it doing this? Ants are usually cautious. They stay on the ground, hiding from predators. But this ant is exposing itself. It is committing suicide. It is waiting for a sheep to come and eat it. Why? Because a parasite has taken over its brain. A tiny worm, called a lancet liver fluke, needs to get inside a sheep to reproduce. Since it can't fly, it hijacks the ant's nervous system. It turns the ant into a zombie. It forces the ant to climb, to freeze, and to sacrifice itself. The ant has no choice. The ant's mind is no longer its own. It is a puppet, a vehicle. Now, open your eyes. Look at your hands. Look at the world around you. We like to think we are different. We like to think that we are the masters of our destiny. We believe we have free will. We make choices. We decide who to marry, what to eat, where to work. We are the architects of our lives. But what if I told you that the same force that hijacked that ant might be hijacking you? Tonight, we are going to talk about a terrifying scientific reality. We are going to discuss the parasite mind, and we are going to ask the scariest question of all. Are you really in control of your thoughts, or is something else driving the car? This is the great contrast that science has revealed, the illusion of control versus the reality of biology. For centuries, humans believed in the ghost in the machine. We believed that the mind was a separate entity, a soul that floated above the messy biology of the body. We thought we were pure consciousness, but modern biology is shattering that illusion. We are learning that microscopic organisms can rewrite our behavior. They can change our personality. They can alter our fears. And they can do it without us ever knowing. Let's talk about the most famous example, a parasite called Toxoplasma gondii, or toxo. Toxo is a single-celled parasite. It can only reproduce inside the gut of a cat. But it doesn't start there. It often starts in a rat. A rat is terrified of cats. It's genetic. The smell of cat urine triggers sheer panic in a rat's brain. This fear keeps the rat alive. It runs away. But when toxo infects a rat, something miraculous and horrifying happens. The parasite forms cysts in the rat's brain, specifically in the amygdala, the center of fear. Suddenly, the rat changes. It no longer fears the smell of cats. In fact, it becomes attracted to it. The parasite rewires the rat's sexual arousal pathways to respond to the smell of cat urine. The rat, now fearless, walks right up to a cat. The cat eats the rat. The parasite wins. It gets into the cat's gut to reproduce. The rat thinks it is in love. The rat thinks it is being brave. But it is just a delivery system, a package wrapped in fur. Here is the part of the story that should keep you awake tonight. Humans can get toxo too. It is very common. You can get it from cleaning a cat litter box. You can get it from eating undercooked meat. It is estimated that up to 1/3 of the human population carries this parasite. Most doctors say it is harmless. It lies dormant. But is it? Some researchers have found disturbing correlations. People infected with toxo have a higher rate of car accidents. They have slower reaction times. They exhibit riskier behavior. Men with toxo tend to be more introverted, suspicious, and jealous. Women with toxo tend to be more outgoing and trusting. The parasite seems to affect our dopamine and testosterone levels. It is subtly shifting the dial on our personality. Think about that. If a single-celled organism can change your reaction time, your trust, your jealousy, are you really you, or are you a slightly modified version of yourself? And this is just one parasite. We have trillions of bacteria in our gut, the microbiome. Scientists are now calling the gut the second brain. These bacteria produce 90% of your serotonin, the chemical that makes you happy. When you have a gut feeling, it might not be a metaphor. It might be the bacteria signaling your brain. They manipulate what you crave. They make you crave sugar or fat because they need it to survive. You think you want that chocolate cake? Maybe it's the bacteria demanding their lunch. You are the host. You are the vessel. And they are the influencers. This leads us to the human element and the psychological horror of this reality. The scariest thing in the world is not a monster under the bed. It is the loss of the self. We cling to our identity. I am strong. I am kind. I am anxious. We define ourselves by our thoughts. But the parasite mind theory suggests that our moods might be infections. Our personalities might be biological ecosystems balancing themselves. Have you ever woken up feeling angry for no reason? Have you ever felt a sudden wave of depression that doesn't match your life circumstances? We call it a mood swing, but maybe it's a biological mutiny. If our behavior can be altered by microbes, where does free will begin? If we can be programmed to be reckless, or calm, or angry, then the ghost in the machine is losing the battle. This creates a deep sense of existential paranoia. We look at our actions and ask, why did I do that? We justify our actions with logic. I did it because I wanted to. But maybe the logic came after the impulse. Maybe the impulse came from a parasite. But we cannot stop at biology. We must look at the metaphorical parasites as well. The human mind is vulnerable. If a tiny worm can control an ant and a single cell can control a rat, what is controlling us? Ideas. Ideas are parasites. A meme is not just a funny picture on the internet. In psychology, a meme is an idea that spreads from mind to mind, replicating itself. An ideology can infect you. It can shut down your critical thinking. It can make you hate people you have never met. It can make you sacrifice your life for a cause that doesn't care about you. Just like the ant climbing the grass, an infected human will climb a podium, or fly a plane into a building, or drink poison in a cult. They think they are choosing their destiny, but they are just a host for an idea that wants to survive. We are surrounded by invisible forces trying to steer the ship. Biological parasites in our blood, cultural parasites in our news feeds. They all want the same thing, to use our energy for their survival. So, what is the core message? Does this mean we are helpless? Does this mean we are just zombies shuffling through a mall of life? No. Understanding the parasite mind is the first step to freedom. When you realize that you can be hijacked, you become the observer. You stop trusting every impulse. You stop accepting every thought as truth. You can fight back. You can clean your environment. You can question your cravings. You can analyze your anger. You can ask, is this my feeling, or is this a glitch in my biology? We are ecosystems. We are colonies of trillions of living things. We are not alone in our own bodies, but the conscious observer, is the captain. You cannot kick out the passengers, but you can decide who steers the wheel. The next time you feel an urge you cannot explain, the next time you feel a fear that doesn't make sense, the next time you feel a sudden change of heart, ask yourself, is this me, or is there something else hiding in the dark corners of my mind? Be vigilant. Your brain is the most valuable real estate in the universe. Don't let squatters take it over.